Hi everyone, this is a video about this Walkman. It's a Sony and the model number is WM-F65. F means it has the FM and AM radio and is recording as well. So this one is really sought after, and this one is really very rare to find in this condition. Unfortunately, it suffers from some scratches up here, as you see, and the screen, but in general everything is intact. The only thing that wasn't working was the belt. That the belt has been changed, and this is just for the recording, automatic recording system that has three stages of sensitivity that it comes on its own while recording. And then here we have the volume, we have headphone jack, microphone jack, headphone jack, and then wall adapter jack. That is 3 volts, center negative. So be very careful, because I advise all of my viewers that in recent days all the jacks, wall power sockets, they have center positive, but these are old ones and they are all center negative. So be very careful. 3 volts DC, center negative. And then here we have only FM mode, stereo and mono. And on the top we have record, play, and then stop, and forward and rewind. And then here we have tuning for the radio, and then here we have pause, tape selector, radio, normal, tape or radio, and then here we have tape selector, normal or metal, and then here we have AM, FM or Dolby, on or off, and that's really it. This one is in relative good condition, apart from minor scratches and surface scratches, but inside everything is intact. It's fantastically preserved from inside. And while the battery is not inside, let me show you the head. And where is the head? And the head is one of these miniature heads. As you see, is not a full size head, is the miniature head, and pinch roller is the full size pinch roller, as you see in there. And everything is working now. And let me just put 2 batteries in there. I really don't like the way that this battery cap is going in there. Let me just show you how. The positive goes this way, and the negative is going that way, and then the way that you put this in is just like so, and then it has 2 catches here and here. So you have to be very careful with these. If these are by any means get damaged, so it's not gonna stay in there. And this is showing the authenticity of this. This is the sponge that is avoiding any rattling of batteries in there anyway, but it has been deteriorated rather, but still I kept it in there for authenticity. And then you just put it in there and it's on. So let me just show you the battery, the radio, and the radio is on now. Let me just show you this now. Let me just see. Okay, radio, and then FM, AM, and the volume. I think is this on? Oh, it's on there. Okay, let me just check everything. I come back. Okay, I gathered that I put the battery. I had to move the battery a little bit in order to make it work. And this is the radio that it comes on. This is the FM stereo. Let me just see if I can. And I have to tell you, everything, it works here perfectly. And let me just put a tape in there. This is the tape, is bottom feeder. It means the head is at the top. And let's press play. And then raise the volume. These are, because they are rather old, they don't have any sound effects. They only have the tape selector and then Dolby on or off. So I took some images from inside, and I have to tell you, this one again is really difficult to change the drive belt. Let me just rewind this to the beginning, and I show you some images of inside this. This is the inside. As you see, you cannot see the inner working of the drive belts. This is the radio, and this is the back of it. So I took an image in case that I disconnected some of these wires, and then I get back to it if I cut some of them loose. Anyway, and as you see, they don't have auto stop on this. It just realizes that it gets to the end of the tape, and it just cuts the power off. So I play it, and with a little volume, the volume is at 4 now, and I talk you through how to change the belt. So the way that I have changed the belt is just unscrew this. Let me just show you the screw if I can, because there are some lights up there, so it's really difficult for me to focus on this screen. There is some screws here. Let me just find it. By the way, these are the screws that you have to take them off, and you have to put them in order because they are different sizes, as you see. So be careful with that. And then here is another image of, and the inside of this was untouched. So no one got in there in order to change anything. So I was so very happy when I saw that. And this is another image. But you see, I have cheated this. As you see in this picture, I loosened this part and I just separated this like so a little bit, flipped it open, and then from there I routed the belt inside, and there are some images of inside. Like so. When you open that, when I flipped it open, these are the routes. And I have to tell you, the route of this is exactly the same as WM-10, 20, and this one as well, 65. But, the other 10 and 20, you can see the capstan and motors, the route that is going around. But this one, because of the radio, you have this flap bits PCB on the top. So that's how I did it. Let me see if I have another image. You see, this is the route, these are the capstans, and that is the motor. This is another image. This is the motor here, and capstan there. Anyhow, this is as I mentioned, is a very sought after Walkman, and unfortunately this one is a little bit scratched, but is in great condition, and the FM radio and the AM radio is working and is nearly virgin. I am the first one to open it and changing the belt. Other than that, everything is fantastically placed in here. The price of this, some people they are selling this not working up to £300, but still you can find some bargains. If you can find this under £150 not working, by all means go ahead and buy it. But if you have any hint of someone else had been in there, please think twice before purchasing it. And the first thing that you can look for is all these screws, if they are all intact. Other than that, if they are not intact, if there are some of the screws are missing or misplaced, it means someone has been in there and maybe they have disconnected some cables, some wires in there and damaged some part of this. So I do not recommend you to purchase. But if you think no one has been in there and fiddle with the inner workings of this, by all means go ahead and purchase this. Anyway, this video was about this Sony WM-F65 and with FM and AM radio and recording. And I have to tell you something else, that the recording of this, you can record directly from radio. So that is another thing that is really positive about most of these radio cassette recorders, that they can record from radio. So is really good. When you purchase one of these, I think if it's only a cassette player, if you run out of your cassettes, it's rather useless, this one for you. But if it has a radio, you can record and everything, still you have a lot of use. You can get a lot of use out of this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until my next video, take care of yourself and each other, and as always, have a great time.